so important that you understand that we don't have enough donors. So that's why as you're driving down the street and you may see a blood drive sign here and there, and we're saying, hey, come out and donate, it's needed. It's the truth. Although we have an estimated 38% of the population, the U.S. population, that's eligible to donate, only 10% of that eligible population do on a yearly basis, pretty much. An even smaller percent comes out of our African American population. African Americans make up 13% of the population, but only 1% of that population donate. It is so important that we keep a diverse blood supply because our donors need it. Our donors need to make sure that they have blood that sometimes, depending on what they're dealing with, is closely related to them for less likelihood of severe reactions. There are so many reasons why you should donate. There are patients that are going through major surgery, and because of blood loss, it is definitely important that they have blood replaced, so they need to have blood transfused. Blood transfusions are used for patients that may be experiencing serious injuries, such as car crashes, injuries due to natural disaster, or just a traumatic injury. You ever been driving down 75 and saw a horrible accident, and you wonder, did that person survive? Were they transported to Grady Hospital, which we know is phenomenal for your trauma victims? How much blood did they receive? My manager, whom I work for, she lost 2 children in 18 months, but one of them received 43 pints of blood. 43 pints is usually 1 blood drive for us. So imagine how often we need to have blood drives. A single donation can potentially help save 3 people. We say one person, 1 donation saves 3 lives. At our blood drives, you have the opportunity of donating whole blood or doing a double red. And what a double red donation allows a person to do is simply donate safely 2 units of red blood cells by using a machine called a hemonetics machine. A lot of my patients say they feel better doing a double red donation because you get your plasma restored into your body. If anybody that's ever done blood donations and you have maybe O negative blood or O positive blood, we're usually hitting home saying, hey, if you have the right height and the right weight, do you mind doing a double red donation? So when you have time on your computers, look that up for me. A lot of people say, well, Ms. Rose, you're asking us to donate. Well, what are the benefits? Why should I donate? Well, you have to come up with your own reason for why you should donate. Whether it's a person that's close to you that you want to help, whether they're still around and you want to say, hey, I know you're in need of blood. You have a specific disease that requires you to have blood transfusions. So you want to donate in honor of them. Or you just simply want to be a hero and help save lives. You have to come up with your own why. But understand that it is a constant need. And your contribution is important for healthy lives and a reliable blood level. Right now, the American Red Cross is experiencing critical need. Our blood supply is the lowest that we've ever seen it. So if you have donated before and you're an avid donor, I'm sure you're getting calls from our organization, hey, come out and donate. There's a blood drive near you. There's a reason behind that. It's because we have patients in hospitals like Grady, like Emory, like our well stars that are coming around everywhere that are in need of your blood. And if you have a friend or a family member that's in need of a major surgery, you ever felt like, well, they postponed the surgery 3 times, and that's because the blood supply is low. So the more donors we have, the more ability we have to reach so many people. As far as donating, there are benefits again. You'll have the ability to get your pulse checked on that day, your blood pressure will be checked, your body temperature, and your hemoglobin. There are so many people that don't go to the doctor on a regular basis. There are a lot of people that come in and they're willing to donate and they realize that their blood pressure is up that day, so they can't donate. And that's because maybe they haven't been to the doctor in a very long time and they had no clue they needed blood pressure medicine. So again, it's a benefit to you to find out where your health levels are. If you don't know your blood type, which is important for all of us to know, you'll find out a few days later after you donate. Your blood will be tested, and if there's anything wrong, it's a mini health checkup because you'll get a bill of health in the mail, and as well as a thank you that says, hey, guess what? Your blood has helped save X amount of lives. And if you're technical savvy, you can download our blood donor app, and you can follow your blood and track it. Oh my God, my blood went to Grady. And if you're one of those special individuals that have that unique blood type and it goes to someone specific, you may even get a letter in the mail saying, hey, guess what? You have a specific antigen on your blood and we need you. How about joining our Be the Match Foundation? So it's so many benefits to donating blood. And I just want you to know there are various reasons why people may need blood. And before I let my pillar come up and talk about her foundation, I want you to understand that as we speak to you today, there will probably be about 300 to 300 individuals that will receive blood transfusions, because every 2 seconds someone is in need of blood. About 90 to 100,000 individuals have sickle cell disease, and they need frequent blood transfusions in order to survive. And this year alone, 1.68 million individuals will be diagnosed with cancer. Many of them, with their chemotherapy treatment, will have to have blood transfusions sometimes daily. How many of us in here know someone that may have had cancer and had chemotherapy treatment? So just imagine what you could have done just by donating blood when they were going through that. So without further ado, I want to introduce my pillar, who has a compelling story and is the mother of 3 lovely young girls who all have sickle cell. She has a foundation called MTS Sickle Cell Foundation, and I'm going to let her talk about that a little more. Thank you for your time.
Well, we were trying to show you guys a video that Fox 5 did on me and my kids about our lives with sickle cell disease. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see that. But thank you all so much for coming. And I just want to thank the organizers for inviting me to come and share our story with you. When I was contacted to speak to you all today, I was very honored. I stand before you very thankful to the American Red Cross for all they've been for us over the years. And I'm just glad to be here to express my gratitude, as well as potentially persuade at least one of you, if not all of you, to make that ultimate sacrifice of providing life for somebody in need. As Ebony told you, I have 3 beautiful daughters who have sickle cell disease, and they will not be here today without the generosity of blood donors. My daughters, Amatullah, Khadija, and Hajar. Is that there? Testing. Okay. My daughters, Amatullah, Khadija, and Hajar, they all have sickle cell disease. And it is a blood disorder that affects about 100,000 Americans and millions of other people around the world. My family knows firsthand the importance of blood donation. And so it is my hope that by speaking today, it will help you make your decision to donate to the American Red Cross. My family and so many families like mine need your blood. There's no other way to sugarcoat. We need it. My daughter Khadija, who recently turned 11, had a stroke when she was 7. Since then, she suffered other complications and have undergone numerous surgeries, with the most recent being a brain surgery in March of this year. Since her stroke, Khadija has had to have monthly blood transfusions. That is 5 pints of blood every month. 5 pints of blood that she just had on Monday. I refuse to imagine what it would be like if there was no blood available. I refuse to think of what used to be, and that people will get transfusions after they have a stroke, as opposed to what we do now, which is she gets a blood to prevent another stroke. Each of our daughters have needed a blood transfusion during our battle with sickle cell disease. Between the 3 of them, we've had over 50 blood transfusions, 6 surgeries, 1 stroke, and way too many hospitalizations to count. And that's just in the last 5 years. Outside of my immediate family, there are so many other people who need blood for so many different reasons. People who donate blood are very special to us. In fact, to us, they're priceless. They're keeping our beautiful little girls with us, and we do not take that for granted. Every month, we make sure to thank that anonymous donor, because to us, that person is not just a number. To us, that person is a hero. I would like to conclude by expressing my gratitude to each donor for helping my family. To those of you who are considering, I want to encourage you to please do. Our story is just one of many, many stories. Please take this opportunity to be a part of something that is beyond great. Please take this opportunity to be a part of saving a life. Thank you.
As IT continues. The video is only 5 or 6 minutes, and we would love to share it with you all, but we're not sure if we're going to be able to do that. But before we conclude, if you have any questions that you would like to ask Mapiller or Ebony, this is the time. They can field a couple of questions regarding the blood drive that's coming up in October.
Do you need to test out your, like, get a physical exam to test your blood status before you donate to Red Cross, or you guys review the blood intake and accept or reject it?
Well, no, you don't have to do that because we take care of all that. Because before any patient receives blood from us, because we're regulated by the FDA, it goes through a rigorous testing process. And if there is something that's in your blood, whether your white blood cells are really, really high and we need to tell you you need to go see the doctor, you'll receive something in the mail that will encourage you to go see a health professional.
Is there any way to prepare yourself to give blood that will make it a little bit easier?
Great question, yes. So I want you guys, first of all, to understand that the earlier you start preparing, the better it is. You don't want to say, okay, I started drinking water the day before. Well, having a healthy regimen for water is just a healthy lifestyle, period. So when you have, your body is well hydrated and your organs are well hydrated, you bleed faster. You know, so you're not going to be sitting on the bed, and it's better on your body. You don't feel as dehydrated or as drained when you donate blood. In addition to that, you want to eat iron-rich food. So it helps with your hemoglobin. One problem that we usually have with organizations or when people donate, they say, oh man, I couldn't donate. My iron was too low. You were deferred. Okay, so that means that maybe you didn't meet the benchmark. The benchmark for ladies, I believe, is 12.5, and for men is 13.5. So you want to be there. It's higher than what the doctors say a good iron level is, and that's just for your safety, to make sure that you don't pass out on the bed. So when you eat healthy iron-rich foods, if you have a cast iron skillet like our grandmothers used to cook in, I encourage that. Eating your green vegetables more raw than overly cooked, and increasing your water supply, that is an excellent way to prepare.
Is wine included?
They say it's good for your red blood, so I mean, hey, I don't know.
Do we need to fast that day?
No fasting, so we're not testing to see if you're diabetic or anything like that. So you want to eat. The better you eat, the better you feel when you get off the bed. Do we have any people that's donated before? So you can attest to having a good meal as opposed to not having a good meal, how you feel when you get off the bed. We just got back to giving out those Nutter Butters. Yes, because they had stopped for a while. So yes, we have Nutter Butters, we have Oreos, we have pretzels and Cheez-Its usually, apple juice, orange juice, and cranberry juice. So those are the snacks. So just give you a bird's eye view of what happens. So after she signs you up, you'll get your reminder emails encouraging you to come on time and donate and don't miss your appointment. So when you come in, you'll find somebody at the table with a smile that's greeting you, that's saying, hey, thank you for coming to your appointment. We'll register you. Once you're registered, you will sit down and read a nice little pamphlet that tells you all the good things about donating, and have you been to this place, and you know, have you lived here for a while, kind of ruling you out before you sit too long and we say, no, you can't donate. There's a new thing out there called Rapid Pass that allows you to answer those questions prior to coming to the blood drive. So the day of the blood drive, Ms. Shanika will have that information. You can answer your health history questions because they're going to get all in your business. They want to know where you've been and, so it's about 50 to 100 questions I want to say that they ask you. Once you're done with that, you'll go to a holding place where you're waiting to get on the bed for your donation. Once you donate it, some people that drink water, I keep saying drink a lot of water, they donate maybe as fast as 3 to 5 minutes. I've seen people sitting on the bed for about 20 minutes. Again, it just depends on the type of bleeder you are. Once you're done with that, then you'll go to the snack place and you'll get your Nutter Butters, and drink your juice and water and sit for me for about 10 minutes so we'll make sure that you're not lightheaded or woozy. If at any point you happen to go back to your desk and you're feeling lightheaded or woozy, please don't try to walk by yourself. Notify someone and they will immediately get our charge nurse, someone from our team to come get you from your place where you work here and bring you back, okay? Don't forget your ID. So you can have your driver's license, state ID, or a passport. Even your ID, if it has your picture on there, should work, but they usually like to see a date of birth if possible. If you have a donor card, again, that is something that you can use as well.
The Tyler sisters are tight. There's 11-year-old Amatula, the tomboy.
She's very active. If I let her, she'll, just be flipping all over the house.
And 10-year-old Khadija.
Khadija is the princess. She's all about her pink.
And then there's the smallest, 6-year-old Hajar.
She loves to play with her older siblings. She loves to dance and sing.
But when it comes to their health, the sisters were born with the cards stacked against them. All three have sickle cell disease. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta hematologist Dr. Fola Adisa and her team treat about 1,700 Georgia kids and young adults with sickle cell. The problem is in their red blood cells.
Rather than being soft, having a soft, flexible red blood cell that is able to transport oxygen around the body, you end up having a sickle or crescent-shaped red cell that is hard and sticky.
So when they're passing by each other, it's easy for them to clot together, and it's hard for the other cells to go through.
When Amatula's cells get stuck in her blood vessels, she's hit by severe pain crises that have landed her in the hospital twice.
So you feel pain in your legs, your arms, or in your
I can
chest?
feel pain everywhere.
It's so bad you gotta go to the hospital, right? So that would be pretty bad pain.
Very bad pain.
Amatula and Hajar both take daily medication, but Hajar has been largely symptom-free. Khadija, the middle sister, on the other hand, isn't so lucky. She needs monthly blood transfusions, and at 7, Khadija had a stroke.
I was scared for her. I was petrified.
It was on the left side of my brain. So they had to hook me up to another transfusion.
Khadija was hospitalized, and this spring she'll undergo brain surgery to try to repair some of the damaged blood vessels. Even with the challenges, the Tyler girls are learning how to manage their disorder, even thrive with it.
They're pretty aware for kids, and that's on purpose because I want them to know what they have. Life is not guaranteed to anybody. Mom is not always going to be here. I need them to be able to take care of themselves like mom is taking care of them. We are blessed.
Because the Tylers have something stronger than sickle cell, each other.
It teaches you to be a little more grateful for what you have, especially your health.
Very true. About 1 in every 365 African American children is born with sickle cell disease. Many more carry the genetic trait, but they don't actually have the disease. And the girls are being treated at the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorder Center at Children's, and McPillar calls them My 3 Sicklers, and she recently founded a nonprofit called the MTS Sickle Cell Foundation. To learn more about the work they're doing, we'll have a link on our website, fox5atlanta.com. Just look for this story. Tom and Sinead, talk about a family taking charge.
Definitely, and that's a lot of struggle for such young children, but I love that the mom said we're still blessed.
Absolutely.
Like it all.
And they all have each other too.
Absolutely.
Which makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Thanks so much,
Thanks,
Brad.
Ben. This is a great story. Tiny kitten found herself.
Okay, guys, well, thank you all. As you can see, McPillar has a very heartfelt story. I hope you all take everything that you heard today into consideration for our October 5th blood drive. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, and I'm going to send out more information as we get closer to October 5th about the registration process. So again, please take everything that you heard today into consideration. This is very important. There's a need for blood donations right now, and CIS wants to be able to help in that need right now. So if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call, and let's give our guests a round of applause again. Thank you.